I want to speak for a second about the different voices of fear. You see, I believe that fear comes from old programs. And when we experience fear, it's actually a manifestation of these old programs, these old thought patterns, these old life experiences, which are coming up trying to protect us. I know that may sound a little bit crazy or kind of out there, right? But fear is actually a mental program that's designed, or what it's doing is it thinks it's protecting us. And there's different voices, and when I say voices, I don't mean literally voices, right? But kind of that self-talk, right? Comes through in different ways. And initially, that fear to try and keep us trapped may come across something like this. You're not good enough. You won't be able to do it. You don't have the tools. You don't have the skills. You don't have the money, right? And so that's kind of the first, what I like to say is an iteration of the voice of fear. When we can overcome that program, then the next iteration or the next voice of fear will tell us, okay, well, even if you have the skills and you do it, it's not going to work. And so that may be, you'll start, but you'll fail. You'll start it, but you won't have the support. You'll start it, but other people will judge you and you'll be ostracized, or whatever the case may be. So these are some different iterations of kind of the second voice of fear, right? So first is kind of don't get started. You don't have what it takes to get started. The second is if you get started, it's not really going to last, right? Or there will be some kind of deleterious or negative outcome from you getting started. Now, the third voice of fear, the third iteration, is something along the lines of you're going to do it, but then it's not going to feel as good as you thought. Okay, so that could be, I want to leave a relationship, right? Okay, I know that I'm worth more. I believe that I'm worth more, right? I'm going to take the leap of faith. I'm going to break out of it. And let's say you get to that step, then the next voice would say something along the lines of, well, you're going to break out of the relationship, or you're going to break out of wherever it is that you're stuck, but when you get there, it's not going to be that great. It's not going to be what it is that you thought it was going to be, whatever that freedom is. Okay? Now this is pretty deep, so hang with me. The fourth, what I call voice of fear, fourth iteration of fear, is that whenever you ultimately get there, you will not deserve to stay there. I know that may seem kind of nuanced, right? But there's a sense of like, okay, I'm going to get it, and then it's not going to be what I thought. But then what if I'm getting it, and it is what I thought, but then there's this sense of, I actually don't deserve this. And so, again, this comes from, okay, I don't have the skills, I don't have the ability, I don't have the money, okay, I do, but it's not going to last, right? And then this sense of, okay, well, I'm going to get it, but it's not going to be what it is I thought it was going to be. And then that last one is, I'm going to get it. It is going to be what I thought it was going to be. And I don't deserve that. And so all of these are the four different voices of fear that will all keep us constricted, will all keep us locked in. This is that negative self-talk, these non-serving programs which are designed to constrict us and to limit us. Now, here's the important part, and that is these voices or these programs, they think they're doing a good thing because past life experience has probably proved one of those four voices right. So it has probably happened to us that one of those things has happened, and we were hurt very deeply because of that. So the program isn't just coming out of thin air, right? I'm sure if I asked you how to justify it, if you were in the midst of one of those four programs kind of running through your mind and I asked you how to justify it, I'm sure you could justify it to a T, all of the different reasons, right? Because that's how the program in the mind operates. It is going to give us logically all of these reasons. The voice, whatever it may be, or whatever iterations come through, it's going to give us a whole bunch of what it thinks is statistical proof, right, or past life experience to say, hey, this is true, this is the case, and this is why you shouldn't do it. And so I think then the next key, and I will share this for future videos, right, is to begin to lean into that voice, see where it's coming from, see what it's trying to protect us from, right? Lean into it and then thank it. And so this download kind of came through to me because there is just a lot of old programs being brought up, and they're being brought up to be cleared out, but we can get lost in them. We can get caught up in them. We can feel that they're coming in to try and limit us, right? Kind of in this here and now. They're not coming up to limit us in this here and now. They're coming up to be leaned into and to ultimately be released. So I hope this video resonates with you. If it does, please like, share, subscribe, post a comment maybe as to what some of your different voices of fear may have been. And then on the other side, how you were able to overcome them. Sending you all love and light. Just remember, fear is a voice or an old program designed to keep us safe. It's not true. Doesn't need to be true. And it's no longer true in this moment if we choose to prove it wrong. But it thinks it's protecting us. It thinks it's doing a good job. So lean into it. Get the source. Figure out where it comes from. And then let it know, hey, thank you for trying to protect me, but you're no longer needed. Love and light.